Welcome to Shekve, everybody, our first tale in Tendra, with sounds from Epidemic Sounds and Tabletop Audio. Hey, you can follow us on Amazon Music, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify. You can even find us on Google Podcasts. Please follow and like, leave a review. Welcome back to another episode of Tales of Tendra. My name's Deven, and I'm your story gremlin, joined, as always, by Alex Madarasz.
Buongiorno. Roman, going on a camping trip with my friends. With Filthy Frank.
Maddy Stalnik.
As Eladira, who is definitely about to be cursed.
Yeah. Markus Mather.
As Cruz.
Leon Heimann.
As Callio, desperately trying to understand what just happened.
Kirsten Gray.
As Raina, who is still mad at Thane.
Christopher James Oullette.
Tobias Silas, the newest librarian of the bunch.
You know, I was just mentioning, your bag must be so heavy, full of wizard books.
It's getting dumb, yeah.
Yeah. A lot of wizard books for our least magical guy. But he likes to be informed.
He might learn, you don't know.
Last we left off, you guys did absolutely no progression of the story. Instead, we learned a lot of lore. And we're joining back in as everyone's making their way to the carriage. Filthy Frank, as we've decided to call him, sitting in the driver's seat. Door to the carriage open.
How many does the carriage sit?
Enough.
3. So not the giant cruise.
Nope.
Will I even fit?
You can sit on top.
I'll do that.
Roof rack, baby.
So, Raina, we're taking your horse?
Yes, I should probably give that horse a name, but yes, we'll take horse.
So the boys are going to ride in the carriage, and the girls are going to ride the horses.
We're gonna rough it.
It's a party carriage.
A relatively long journey. It's around the lake. Yeah, roughly 2 days. Anything you guys need to ask Filthy Frank or direct? What's up?
I want to know if he's hungover.
Boss, I'm always hungover. What do you mean?
God damn it, Frank. You had one job.
Can't be hungover if you never stop drinking, am I right?
Didn't he talk to animals with the horses to tell them where they're going?
Yep.
That you saw.
I still need him to be alert. He's got reins. What if he crashes us into a tree? We got safety conditions.
All right, Garbanzo, Pinto, and Kidney. We heading out.
Hey, Frank.
We gotta go around the lake.
Frank. Where's our fourth horse?
He looks around for a couple of seconds and shouts, "Refried! Where'd you go?" And shortly, you can hear a trotting as what looks like the most absolutely stoned out of its mind horse appears out of the bushes.
Hell yeah. That's what I want driving us for 2 days.
That's why he's called Refried.
Exactly. Filthy Frank, he straps them in and lifts the little, like the contraption that goes between all of them. And he's like, "All right, boys. Around the lake. Cabin, you'll see it. You know what it is. You know what a cabin is." And you hear four. Yeah, that's all I got for horse noises.
I'm sorry, I missed it. What was it?
Sorry, did you do that?
Yeah, I'm a self-made Foley artist. Broke as fuck, but so Philip Frank climbs up on top, waits for you guys to get in. Get in the damn carriage. What the hell are you doing?
Being polite, I was waiting for other people.
Only 3 of you fit.
Hey, Cruz. Do you reckon you could just, climb yourself up on that roof rack there?
Yeah, I'll do that.
All right.
Is there not a bench on the front of the carriage for 2 people?
Well, we talked about this. Frank's real territorial about his bench. Remember I tried to sit up there and nearly busted my ankle?
Cruz puts his hand on the bench as he's climbing up, and he's like, "Ah!"
Cruz, he bites.
Oh.
And he doesn't brush very often. I wouldn't do that.
Okay. Note to self.
You might get the tetanus.
Yeah, I don't want that.
All right, you guys, hold on. And he whips the reins, and these horses do a full 180. You guys slide to one side of the carriage, back into the middle, and they take off.
Do I almost fall?
Yeah, if you didn't have the strength score you do, I'd make you make a strength check to hold on. But you're a pretty strong guy.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure.
So the first day, uneventful. Filthy Frank knocks on the door. Still moving. He's just standing on one of there's like a little step that you get because it's a little higher off the ground, so you can't just step directly in. He's standing on a step, cracks the window a little bit. Hey, you know we can't go through the night, right? Horses need to sleep.
Do you see anywhere we can camp?
Well, I can't just make camp. You're the boss. I don't get to make those choices.
Callio, do you think we should stop for camp?
I mean, yeah, probably. A horse can't really see in the dark, and I don't feel like lighting up the way for them for the next 12 hours.
Wonderful. Whoa. And the carriage makes the most abrupt stop. Like,
Brace!
Cruz, roll me a strength saving throw.
12.
Cruz, you go flying over the front and land on a horse.
Oh,
Oh no.
All right, we'll make camp right here. You guys got your tents and your bags, right?
We're in the
I
middle
ain't
of the
bring
road.
no tents for you.
We're in the middle of the road. We gotta move.
No, we don't.
We're double parked.
Frank, this is a single lane, Frank.
Franklin.
We're in the middle of the goddamn woods at night.
All right.
He climbs down, kind of like leaves you to do whatever, and he releases the beans, and he goes, all right, beans, you guys, you gotta come back. You gotta come back.
I'm sorry, you don't rein them up over the night? You just
No,
let
this
them
is
go?
a trust and love built relationship.
Ah.
Would you tie your wife up to your husband, your what? Whichever you prefer, would you tie them up so they don't leave you in the night?
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, if to prevent them from leaving, no. Would I tie them up? Oh.
Are you married to your beans?
Or
No, her name is Penelope,
The horse or your wife?
my wife. But she always says if you have a relationship built on trust, you can't tie anybody down. Gotta trust that they come back.
it's very good.
Yep. If you love someone, call them by beans and release them into the forest for a night. That's classic wisdom right there.
True wisdom.
Yep.
The
As
wiser
long as we
words.
don't get canned, we're good.
Having heard Catery prior, I've already vacated camp.
Not gonna lie, I was just gonna sleep in the carriage because
You can do that. He doesn't give a he climbs up onto his bench and like snaps his fingers in like a kind of sing-songy way, and this like little like sphere circles around him.
he's just sleeping in the sphere.
Yeah, he cast Tiny Hut or whatever the fuck it's called. He's a very useful guy, but nobody
good
asks
hire.
him any questions. Yeah, that's why he's unionized. He got good health care for a reason. All right, what do you guys want to do?
I make a little nest.
I'm just gonna build a lean-to outside as quickly as possible. Probably 20 feet off the cart, and enough in an area where I could get myself up a tree and do a bit of surveying.
Okay. Do you have the vision of darkness? Dark vision. I don't know why I said it that way.
I do not have the vision of darkness. I am a human.
In that case, if you wouldn't mind making a perception check with disadvantage.
Of course. Absolutely. Everyone knows this goes well. Why am I the one doing this again? Nobody
You
knows.
volunteered.
Nobody knows.
Not
Yeah.
great at it. What's up, guys? 9.
Everything seems great.
Of course it does. I'm surveying.
Exactly. You're
Of course.
surveying the area. It is surveyed. Perfectly surveyed safely.
I'm gonna just make a tiny fire, and then in the tree above, I'm just gonna find a crook to sleep in, and that's.
Okay.
I'm gonna stick my head out the window and say, Hey, we should probably set up a watch. Any volunteers?
You hear snoring coming from the little orb.
Yep, your Frank not doing nothing. So
I mean, I can take first watch.
I can always also take watch as well, perhaps at the end of the night if we have a list already going.
like we say every like hour and a half when we trade watches.
That feels arbitrary, but sure.
Hour and a half. That's enough sleep. There's 6 of us.
Oh, I don't know why you're looking at me, Mr. Logistics.
I'm already set up for the first, so I'll take first and wake Ella, and then Ella can wake whoever afterwards.
Do I have to take watch in the tree?
No. If you want.
I do not.
All right, sounds good.
She lets Raina set up the camp because Raina's good at it.
Yeah. They share, imagine they probably share a tent. Probably. Or do you
Ella
think
doesn't
Ella
take
would
up
have
that
her...
much space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's probably fair. So probably close to the same tree that Tobias is all set up against, but enough to give like a bit of a berth.
Mhm.
And we'll go about cooking for supper.
Ooh.
I'm sure that we got rations from the camp, right?
Yeah. Do you have cooking utensils?
I got an explorer's pack. I'm sure there's some cooking utensils there.
Sure, why not?
Sure.
You were in
Love
a
it.
kitchen earlier. Right? If you needed
Yeah.
something.
Raina has stolen a hammer. She'll probably have stolen a ladle, a spatula,
Raina's
and a
probably
spoon.
stolen a lot of things that we haven't talked about.
You're just
so.
a
Yeah, probably.
kleptomaniac over here.
For useful
Probably.
things. A strip of leather can be useful. You never know.
So what's the watch order?
That sounds a lot like a hoarder.
Tobias,
I think-
Ella.
Yeah, and then whoever you want to wake up after.
She gives a little nod.
All right.
It's gonna be Raina. No surprise.
Tobias, your watch, as far as you can tell, goes by uneventfully.
Yeah.
You are free to wake up Hoopstever, or sorry, Ella, as you have. As we have
I'll plop
established.
down from the tree and quietly make my way over.
She does this really creepy thing where as soon as you even get close, her eyes open and lock on you.
It's
And she gets up.
okay.
That ain't right.
I don't want to ask if that was ghosts, but
No, it's a dreamer thing. I told you I can be observant while asleep.
Yep. If you are looking for ways to, looking for ways to pass the time, here you go, and I'll give you my book.
She looks at it, then looks back at him. I still can't read Elvish.
How about you hold on to mine for the time being, and if you're ever curious, just ask. I figure, given with the passing of Nyle and everything going on, you're probably wondering what's been going on the last 15 years or so, and what brought me to camp to begin with. Ain't no use in having secrets twixt each other that could come bite us in the ass.
She politely pushes the book back. You'll tell us if you want to.
Sounds good. Very watch.
There's room in the tent. I'm sure Raina won't mind.
Actually, nestled out a good curve in the bow, but
You're going back in the tree?
I like the ability to run.
It's her turn to give you a weird look. Like, oh, all right, that's weird. She nods and she settles down at the base of the tree. And we'll
I
take
snore, flick a
watch.
rock at me.
You do. We pull out our spirit book and we continue the project that we're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Wink, wink, secrets.
Most of you know what the project is.
If you would roll a perception check, that'd be top. Ooh, with the 21.
Very nice.
With dark vision.
with dark vision. Yeah, you're good. Your watch goes without a hitch. You're free to awaken whomstever.
Yeah, wander back over the tent and we nudge Raina.
Yes. All went well?
Yes, uneventful.
Perfect.
Tobias is asleep in the tree.
In the okay.
Yep.
I won't. I'll just leave it at that. That's fine.
Crawls into the tent and, like, instantly conks out.
Yes. Raina leaves Artemis with her, since Artemis is revamped back into existence.
Oh, thank goodness.
Roll me perception with disadvantage.
Yes, I can do that, I guess. An 11.
As far as you can tell, nothing happens.
Nothing happens. Okay.
Yeah. From here, we'll keep moving on to the next day. You guys, the rest of you, get through your watches also uneventfully, and you are free. Move on.
Are we anticipating making it to the cabin tonight or, like, tomorrow?
It'd be evening
Okay.
that you arrive. It'd be this evening, to be exact.
Do all the beans
Yeah.
come back?
Filthy Frank steps out and he goes, "Beans!" And the beans come back. Refried, also last. Looks like he's still chewing on some mushrooms.
Chewing on mushrooms.
Yeah.
I mean, he was high the first time we saw him.
Yeah.
Now we know why.
It's a good thing he's harnessed in.
Yeah. He starts freaking
Bad
out
trip,
a little
bad
bit.
trip.
All right, you guys. Yeah, you guys are marching along, and as you hit kind of the edge of the forest, it looks like it starts to clear out. There's a little hill ahead. As the sun peaks above the edge of the horizon, casting a crimson glow across the sky, the forest at the lake stirs with an ancient magic, the whispers of forgotten legends and untold mysteries. Thick tendrils of mist rise from the dark waters of the lake, curling around the ancient trees like ghostly fingers reaching out to siphon the life from the very land. The air is heavy with the scent of damp earth and decaying leaves, mingling with a faint aroma of wild herbs and lingering scent of campfires scattered through the vast forest. You guys will know that, like, this is a hunting ground. This is a little cabin. People go fishing. It is what it is. Amongst the twisted oaks and gnarled pines, the forest teems with life that is both harmless and mundane, as well as being dangerous and vicious for those who are unfortunate enough to fall victim. Wolves lurk in the shadowy undergrowth, their amber eyes gleaming with predatory hunger, while owls hoot mournfully from the branches above, their calls echoing through the stillness. But it is not only these creatures that dwell within the forest of the lake. Deep within its depths, you can see, just on the edge of the lake, encased in trees, a shack, cabin-esque, that you feel like it's a safe assumption would be your friend's Nile's cabin on the lake. From the outside, it's derelict, lifeless. You guys park a little ways away and walk your way onto the map in front of you. Like I said, from the outside it looks derelict, unkept. As you approach the cabin, in the far distance, at the top of the hill, you can see what looks to be the ruins of an ancient castle. You can make a history check to see if you guys have ever read about a castle in this area.
I'm good. Oh, guys, I'm good at those. -3.
I got a 9. That is
How does that
also
work?
an O.
Oh, I'm Artemis, that's why.
We are off the path that Raina and I normally take. I've got no fucking idea
Oh
where
my.
I am.
Well.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'll just
Ah,
strike
no,
that
it's
from the
fine,
lore.
fine. Yeah.
Oh,
Nobody
oh,
passed.
Never mind. Callio.
Only
my
Callio.
Callio!
Beautiful
I
boy.
know shit, alright?
Beautiful
20.
boy. You know that in the that castle you can see up on the hill is the ruins of the castle of Oullette, which would be probably, you assume, where the camp got its name. how the castle became ruined. You aren't entirely sure. There's stories of just similar to the overall conquest from the Black King, that a lot of shit got broke-did. The only other resident you've ever heard of being in this part of the woods is the Baba Yaga, so let's not fuck with that.
I don't know.
agree.
I'm gonna
Meeting
pass.
Keanu Reeves.
As you continue to approach the cabin, the mist begins to feel as though it is almost suffocating you, and the wind turns into into a horrifying, discomforting at the very least, sounding voices.
I would like to cast Detect Magic, please.
You can do so.
Ka-chow.
There is definitely magic going on.
Those other verbal components of the spell. Ka-chow.
Ka-chow.
You got to make that hand motion too. The somatic.
Somatic,
Yeah. Go.
If there's bad things in the area, we've got to go fast.
Ciao.
You're getting strong transmutation vibes.
I don't know what that word means.
There's transmutative magics in the air. Keep your weapons ready. Something destroyed this castle, and I don't know what.
It's in the greater distance. Like it's another 12-hour walk to get there.
We're right on its doorstep.
I told you guys, there's ghosts everywhere. Castle's got
Did you
ghosts.
notice anything of the cabin? Ella's a little chilly. She's cold-blooded, guys.
Ella, do you want a blanket? There's extras.
I'm okay. Thank you.
All right, but no, cabin. Cabin looks like cabin. It's not magical.
Yeah, it just looks like
inherently.
derelict cabin. Is anyone going to?
Well, if Nyle trapped his desk, we should be careful that he also trapped his journal, so maybe he might have trapped the cabin.
That seems
That's fair.
astute. Roman?
I couldn't even find the drawer.
That's a fair point. Tobias?
I'll touch the door once we, I'll touch the door.
Right, yeah. I'll.
In your memories, you hear Nyle going, "No, you touch the door."
Callio, if you got your arcane thing up, if I'm getting somewhat close to something that might blow up that I can't detect, let me know. Outside of that, I will see if there's actual physical nihilisms, as it were.
We'll be right at your back.
Sounds good. Well,
Excuse me, Ella.
10 feet, maybe.
Shuffles out of the way.
Just in case. 10
It's
feet.
pretty
no.
short range.
I got my hands warmed up and ready to touch it.
Just off 5 feet to the right, then, just in case something goes off.
Sideways, chopping
All
the
right,
door.
excuse me, Raina.
Raina, we should do a perimeter while they check the door.
Yes, that's a
You
good
sure you don't
idea.
want a blanket?
I'm fine.
What if you get pneumonia? Don't catch a cold out here.
You guys get the door. I got Ella. She'll
Sounds
be fine.
great.
Rolling an investigation check.
Yeah.
Mr.
I am
Crane.
doing this ultra carefully. Come on! No whammy, stop! 13.
As far as you can tell, the door seems like it's just a door.
Yeah. I'm going to dig into my multiple medicine pouches and pull out some thieves' tools.
Quick question.
Yeah.
Do you touch the
All
door
pouches.
with your hand that has the stone in it or your non-stone hand?
It would have been both because you have to do the
Okay.
seams and everything.
Okay.
So
Okay. That's good to know.
that
Go ahead.
explosion goes off. Excellent. If I don't notice anything happen to the door and it looks like a door, I'm gonna pull out a lockpick and try and thieves' tools it.
Nobody tries to even tell if the door's locked. We just try to unlock it.
I'll figure out pretty quick.
It'll be easy.
You've locked the door
Be already be set up
from the outside.
Yeah.
in, and there is the what are they called? I want to say
Like the tumblers have no resistance.
Yeah, the pins.
Yeah. So I insert. I realize I'm like, I'll put him back in an area that is like quick accessible because where there's one door, there's normally multiple. So I'll look at Callio and just kind of as I'm opening the door,
I go bang.
As you open the door, a magical kind of outline.
Okay.
You notice a magical outline, and the immediate interior of the cabin is already bigger than how it looked from the outside. But inside, in the room that you can see, there is a table with blacksmithing-esque tools. Kind of looks more like jewel crafting sized.
Okay.
And inside, it's very well kept.
Yeah. I'll do the thing where like you kind of lean in, see how deep it actually is, and then like lean back and look at the small size of the cabin and just be like,
yeah,
so far out of my pay grade, and step into the threshold.
The outside, just for reference, the cabin inside is about 20 feet. Like this is for the listeners mostly, 20 feet away from the door. But when you look at it from the outside, it's like a 10 foot by 10 foot cabin.
Yeah.
A shed.
Yeah.
So I'll step into the threshold, kind of like half wince as I'm coming in.
Torches alight. That's about it.
Ha!
Mate,
Fine.
they're just torches. You're doing all right.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Booby traps and tripwires. Is it safe coming now?
If I would have tripped him.
Yeah, he would have. He's being very graceful right now.
Are you a ghost?
No, what?
Everybody got ghosts.
I do not have ghosts. Literally.
We will skip over to the two of you taking a perimeter.
It's mostly Raina doing the perimeter, and I'm just kind of like there.
Sorry, I'm writing my thoughts down here. I have questions about the jeweler's kit.
I was gonna say, it's probably just because, like, you know, he was a tiny puppet, so, like, that's what would fit.
Fuck.
Sorry. Anyway.
So
Perception.
Maddy's a bully. Go ahead and roll a perception check.
Am I getting a help action from
You
Ella at
are.
all?
I am helping you look.
Thank you. Do you want investigation or perception?
Wait, what's your perception?
+1.
I have a plus
Investigation
5.
0. There you go. Can I help you?
You may help me. You kind of pick me up and pull me around like a little...
Yeah.
A little lighthouse.
Like periscope thing, yep.
We only do it when no one else can see. Because no one else can see this.
Yes. It's like you don't toss the dwarf. You don't
Special
pick up Ella.
periscope maneuver.
22. Ha! I'll take
There
it.
you go.
The lake, while calm, does have an eerie energy to it. It ripples randomly, doesn't really form around objects in the water. It's kind of like just floats through them as if the objects aren't actually there. Other than that, things seem fine. You do hear footsteps kind of pacing back and forth as you approach this area.
And we see this little shed. Is it a shed or?
You're smart. You know enough about cabins. That's our house.
Ella, do you hear the pacing?
It does sound like it's slightly heeled shoes striking like brick flooring.
She
And then
nods.
Turning and walking, and then turning and walking.
Is there any windows to the cabin?
No. There There's no windows where you are currently. There's a window right here. Artemis has passed a window here, and then there's a window where Callio can look out of. However, if you look into the windows are just like fogged up, misty, dusty, opaque to say the least.
How tall is the cabin?
Crews could probably stand in there comfortably.
Raina.
Yeah.
Give me a boost.
Sure.
Clamp her onto the roof.
You can roll a strength check or athletics check.
Me or Ella?
Ella.
Oh, okay.
Can I have help because she's putting me up there?
Can I
You're not
shot put
having
her?
to do 2 because she's picking you up.
Oh, you know what? Thank you. Okay, I accept that. Athletics, you said?
Yep. If you can give me a great argument for acrobat. Oh, you know what? 10's good enough.
Hey, we take
not bad.
those. It's not
That's
graceful.
average.
It does. Honestly, you don't. As you're climbing up, you're like, I don't know that this is going to support my weight.
Which is saying something, because she does not weigh a lot.
Like, it looks, from the outside, it looks like a stiff wind will destroy this thing. And you climb
Same.
up on there, and it's surprisingly sturdy. And also, the part where you climb up doesn't feel like wood, even though it looks like wood. It feels cold and stony.
Peek back down over the edge of the roof. Something's definitely not right here. This cabin's...
You're a wizard, Harry.
I'm gonna try and go around back from the roof. And you want to go around the other side? That way, if there's something there, you can distract him and I can do stuff from a distance.
Yeah, do you want Artemis?
No, I should be fine on the roof. If someone else is up here, we have bigger problems.
Okay, be careful. Did you want... Sorry, you're talking to go, continue counterclockwise on the thing?
Yeah.
On the map? Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. Meet up with Artemis on the other side, then.
Trying to find the source of those footsteps.
So, from on top?
She's trying to find it on top, yeah.
Sounds like it's underneath of you.
He's in the building! Tell the boys!
Sure. Yes. Okay. Raina's just going to take a quick scan of the tree line here, just to see if there's anything around.
Just some tendrily mist. When you look at it for too long, feels like it's grabbing at you.
Okay. If you'll allow me, Raina will book it to the front of the building, and there's something inside, at least from what we can hear. Caution.
And that's where we'll end this session. Thanks for joining us on this episode of Tales of Tendra. See you next time. Hey, you can follow us on Amazon Music, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify. You can even find us on Google Podcasts. Please follow and leave a review.
Hello one, hello all. It's Quentin Foote here, Dungeon Master to a very unique live-action fantasy adventure podcast known as The Fables of Latour. Join us every Monday as we explore a completely original world filled with new races, monsters, and magics, all based around the fantasy novel series, The Mighty Vendavar. Since we specialize in long-format storytelling and our entire cast are professional actors and artists, you can excitedly tune in weekly to experience the next chapter of our harrowing saga. We can't wait to meet you in the wilds of Latour.